Natal. Today is 116.9. We are in the day of 1 and 6. So yesterday was the day of life path 7. We were on the path of creating balance, justice, truth, righteousness, harmony in our space, dealing with our one-on-one relationships, our bonds, and our contracts with ourselves, with other people, places, things, situations, ideas. We love to hear. 7 is the number of heaven and the number of perfection. So we're starting the day off breaking down that 7 into a 1 and 6. We have knowledge. Okay, we have intellect, we have the initiative energy, the cardinal energy. One is Ogun, Aries, the gut that controls the mind, and everything starts with the thought. Ketter's giving us downloads of the thoughts. The thought comes quicker than anything else, right? Speed of light, Ashe? Okay. So we're taking that knowledge and intellect and we're applying it to the 6. 6 deals with our health, wealth, daily routine, our moral and integral code. What we're teaching on, what we're learning on, this is our number of equality. Reaping what you sow, so sow like you're going to reap it on the 6s. 6 also deals with Tippereth. This is your confidence and your courageousness, okay? So, having that intellect, one dealing with Ogun, heavy fire energy here. So big on, hey, Russia. So big on, feeling motivated, having a lot of energy, especially for my fire babies out there. This is a great day for you guys. It's a great day for, my people born on the 7th, whether it's the 7th of the month, the 16th, or the 25th. Going inward, getting some metaphysical, spiritual knowledge is a big energy here too. 7 being associated with the number of God, okay? So we're on the 7th. We're in the Libra. We're in that God energy. We're done got it from having the intellect and the ambition and the motivation of our Tippereth, our heart chakra of confidence and courageousness, as well as our space of servitude and giving and receiving. Okay? So we're going to take that 7 of harmony, the Libra scales, the God, and we're going to put this into the month of 1. We're in the month of the Ketters. We're in the month of the swords, the knowledge, the intellect, the initiative, the cardinal energy, right? So not new beginnings. Information happening here. You know what I'm saying? Intellect happening here. So we're going to take this 7 of balance, harmony, justice, and truth, and we're going to put it into that 1. We're going to gain more knowledge, more intellect. We're going to more vibes into our gut that's pushing us into our thoughts or whatever on the balance and harmony. That's going to bring us to 8. Of course, transformation is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Now we have knowledge of what brings balance in our space. Now we have knowledge of our interpersonal relationships and how we want to go about them, how we want to treat them, how we want to receive. Yeah, not everybody can withstand that energy because some people in your space don't want to give. Some of your people in your space, like myself, have a hard time receiving. Okay, but empowerment key here too. Solar plexus chakra is a big energy here. 8 is associated with Oya. She's in charge of the marketplace, the elders and the witches. 8 is also associated with Sebek or Had. This is Mercury energy in the Kabbalah or in the Netarus. So now we're getting into celestial technicians, labeling the things in our space how we want them to be. Ashe. Separatism is key here. Don't get caught up in separatism, because we like flow as well. All right. So now we're in this energy of 8. Transformations is happening here. Empowerment is happening here. We're labeling things. We love it. Degrees of separation heavy. We're going to take that 8 and we're going to put it into the 9. This is the year of manifesting. This is the year of harvest. This is the year of completion and wholeness. Utopia is the name of the game when we're dealing with the 9s. Giving birth to the things that we want is good for the 9. 9 deals with Yesod in the Kabbalah. This is the moon energy, the divine womb. 9 also deals with Jupiter Sagittarius, which is the sacral chakra. So either way, paying attention to, your sacral chakra, your reproductive organs is heavy here. How you produce things. You're going to reap what you sow, so you better sow how you're going to reap it. Ashe. So we're going to put that energy of 8, that sense of empowerment and transformations and stuff into this year of 9. Because of course we want to give birth to our powered self. Of course we want to give birth to the transformations in our space. Of course we want to give how we're labeling the things in our space and separating them, right? So putting that into the 9 brings us back into 1 and 7. Okay. Yes, all this harvest, we're harvesting. So now we come into the 1 and 7. So now we have intellect on the Libra scales, on that balance, harmony, and justice that we were, embarking upon earlier when we added the day of 7 to the month of 1. All right. Now we back into that intellect of God, that of, the spiritual self. Going inward is heavy here. Gaining a lot of spiritual metaphysical knowledge is heavy here. So a lot of you guys that came in here, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, whether I'm triggering you or whatever, what have you, the fact that you're even listening to my frequency right now is something in alignment with the 1 and 7. Ashe. So today overall is a day of 8. Today is a day of Sebek, labeling and classifying separatism, is a big key here. 8 deals with transformations, death and rebirth. Oya ruling over the marketplace, the elders and the witches. Today is a great day for my 8 life pathers. It's a good day to do business, organize some business things, come to some infrastructure on the business, being empowered. And we love it here. When we're dealing with the number 8, we're dealing with the letters H, Q, and Z. The letter H deals with water. This is how we feel, our intuitive self. Q deals with we're in our thoughts. And Z doesn't really have any correlation with any of the elements. Z is all in its own, being the ethers, okay? H, as far as the zodiacs, deal with Cancer energy, being cardinal, birth to emotion. The letter Q deals with Scorpio. We're still in the water, being fixed, moonfall under the horizon, and like I said, Z is left on its own in the ethers. So heavy intuitive energy here, especially on that 1 and 7, going inward type vibe. Today is also a great day for my 4s and 7s, because you guys are really dependable and reliable, and you guys are very powerful people. Gaining some type of intellect and awareness is cool here too. My 1s, today's a great day for you guys to be taking a cardinalship energy towards business and transformations. 3s, 6s, and 9s, because the letters with the 8 is very watery and emotional. It can be a good day for you, but this is a day for you guys to tighten up and find infrastructure to your emotions and your expressions and all that stuff like that, because y'all like to be all over the place all the time, and it's not always a time for that. But yeah, so those are the letters associated with the numbers. I do want to go into Metu Netter with you guys, and talk about us being in this energy of Sebek, if that's all right with you, really quick. Um, mm, 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 mm. So comedic is Anpu, and the Canaanites is Raphael, and the Kabbalah is Had, and Yoruba is Eshu. And Hindu Kush is Matangi. This is associated with Mercury and Wednesday. The color is saffron, red and black. The number is 3, and the gem is emerald. If you're taking a bath today, you might want to use Abra Camino, Arasa Contoto, oregano, lavender, or larkspur. Oils is lavender and lily of the valley, and that's also the herbs for the incense as well. The Hakal for spiritual is Ang, Aing. So when you do your Hakal, you can do Ang. You probably sound way better than me. That's okay. This planetary Hakal is Ong, Brong, Bring, Brong. And so Aung, Brang, Braung. So Ong, Brang, Bring, Brong. Nice little bell sound. We like it there. I like how it sounds in my head. Um, do the action on the animal spirit. Positive traits to happening on this energy is being sharp and witty, fond of travel, critical but in a positive way, able to separate issues based on externals, diplomatic, cold and pedantic, and communicative. Logical minded and highly dependent on information. Some negative traits can be critical, busybody, opinionated, inconstant in belief, pretending to know yet ignorant, mischief maker, gossiper, scheming, cunning, argumentative, proud, sly, lying, and selfish. Some mental traits, segregative thinking is big here. So your degrees of separation is a good day to do that here, but don't get so caught up in it. The verbal clothing of what is known, felt, and perceived, like an imitation. Some social correspondences today, some energy you might experience in your energy exchanges would be quick-witted people, good learners from your observation, even without a teacher, or you might be the one to express that kind of energy. Some careers or functions that are on the highlight goddess. Scholars, academicians, intellectuals, students, teachers, ambassadors, astrologers, mathematicians, clerks, technicians, some inexperienced lawyers, preachers, teachers, traders, young men, office workers, printers, schemers, financial schemers, thieves, journalists, good speakers, diplomats, politicians, and specialists. Okay. Um, Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you, goddess. Football. Um, However pragmatic and necessary for the manipulation of physical phenomena and the mastery of death definitions, names, and descriptions, the fundamental elements of our education, does not constitute reality. Proceeding with awareness of this limitation will bring us good fortune. Proceeding without awareness of this limitation brings misfortune. We speak glibly of the person coming into being in the third month of gestation, the life arising out of the chance coming together of non-living particles, in the same breath that we give better odds to a random assortment of 100,000 words. Definitions on end the card, we throw them in the air, woo wop. So yeah, it's all about, labeling things, separating things, having sense of intellect and all that. And so that's what's happening in the mathematics. Happy day of 8, y'all. Get to business. Start organizing yourself. Stand in your power. Stand at peace as you undergo the transformations that are occurring in your space. So let's talk about what's astrologically, astronomically happening on this day of 116. Um, So we start the day off at a 95 waning gibbous moon, rising at 7:59 p.m. and setting at 9:09 a.m. Tropically speaking, we are in tropically in Draconic, so our mind and our soul are in alignment. So be mindful of your thoughts because you're attracting them in your vortex as that Draconic chart in alignment. We are in Leo there, being confident because how you are, how courageous, how creative you are, your romantic stuff, all of those elements of yourself are sitting that and you're attracting energy, the responsive energy in your vortex to that. So being in your tipper, being your lead, especially on this day of 1 and 6, we talked about 6 being in the tipper ref, that heart energy, I highly recommend you all your confident and courageous self. We talked about this. We've been talking about that confident, courageous self for the last, 3 days. If you notice the patterns with the ninth in the month of 1. Now, in our energy exchanges, we are in Cancer energy. We're at 28 degrees Cancer energy. Find that balance, harmony. Just again, that's how we started the day at midnight. So we were there with it. Okay, so we are way past 20. Excuse me. We are in the Cancer, finding, nurturing home and family is key here. Maternal energy is key here. All that. We are in the Icyasha, not Icyasha Nakshatra. Excuse me. Dang it. This is the. Ooh, give me as I scroll down my notes. This notch from 16 degrees Cancer to 30 degrees Cancer. It's ruled by the moon, of course. It's associated with emotional sensitivity, often linked to both healing and emotional intensity. It comes after Pusha and Maga, making a period of emotional and spiritual depth coming into this last, pada of the Cancer constellation. It's like it gets real deep here in our feelings, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to go to sleeping, paying attention to your dreams, how you felt when you woke up, all those things like that. The symbol of this lunar mansion is the serpent. It's often depicted as a coiled snake. It symbolizes the ability to transform and shed old skin and go through periods of emotional and psychological regeneration. The serpent also represents mysticism, hidden knowledge, and transformation. The deity associated with this lunar mansion is the Naga, the serpent god, symbolizing the mystical and transformational aspects of life. The Nagas guarding hidden knowledge and their presence of this nakshatra indicates a deep connection to intuition, spiritual insight, and the unseen aspects of life. Mercury is the ruling planet. This is the planet of intellect, communication, and mental agility. It rules this Ashlesha, this nakshatra. This gives the nakshatra a powerful connection to the mind and communication, but with an added layer of depth and intensity. It brings a sharpness of both mental and emotional intelligence. Mercury's influence also connects Ashlesha to the analytical thinking, hidden wisdom, and the ability to perceive the subtleties of the word that others may miss. Some positive traits of this lunar is associated with depth and intuition, the ability to heal or transform emotionally. Some negative traits is it could be manifested as manipulation, secretiveness, or emphasis on the control of the psychological games happening, mood swings, and obsessive tendencies. All right. Some themes during this lunar mansion is shedding some old beliefs, healing emotional wounds, releasing emotional baggage, intuition, and hidden knowledge is key here. And that's how we have started the day off with this emotional intensity and, dropping some things. Maga, we get into is the Tiv Nakshatra. We get into that throughout the rest of the day, and that's at 0 degrees Leo to 13 degrees Leo. We'll talk about that tonight in tonight's mathematics. Um, that's what's happening in our energy exchanges, y'all. Sunrise at 7:19 a.m. and setting at 4:59 p.m. We start the day off tropically in our mindset at the 26-degree Capricorn, so we are at 26 on a day of 8. You know what I'm saying? So the sun is giving us experiences in alignment of that subject, the celestial labeling, the celestial technicians, the separatism, the intellect, on all that stuff like that. We are happening in the fourth house, so as in that home and family, it is an aspect of nurturing. So the numbers around the sun is giving us the same energy as the lunar mansion of the moon that we started the day off with, right? The sun or the earth, whether you use the heliocentric or the geocentric model, either way, it's us experiencing moves a degree a day. Now, in the Vedic chart, we are at a 1 degree Capricorn energy. We are in the Makara in the Hindu calendar. So we can talk about the Makara real quick. This is the goat. The element is earth. The ruling planet is Graha, which is Saturn. The traits are being disciplined, ambitious, practical, and patient. Capricorns are hardworking, value structure, stability, and success. They are often focused on long-term goals. The ruling deity is Shani. Saturn is associated with discipline, hard work, and material success, which mirrors Capricorn's determined, responsible, and ambitious nature. Teaches life lessons through patience and perseverance. So that's what we are experiencing in our mindset as well as in our energy exchanges, that hard work, working long-term goals, getting the challenges that we need to have the discipline and the values that we need to be successful. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Take a breath. Not all resistance is there to push on you and hurt you. And that's why these placements are happening in the fourth house, home and family, and nurturing, and having some compassion for yourself as you're undergoing these different challenges that are giving you the strength that you need. Focusing on your authority, your authoritative self, whether you like to impose your authority on other people, you allowing other people, places, things, situations, their authority on you, well balanced, and having authority over yourself. These different levels, you want to pay attention to. Some of you guys want some transformations there. Well, guess Pluto's over there in the Capricorn while it's in the Aquarius zodiac. So it is there to create transformations and empowerment and swinging the pendulum of empires. Last time Pluto was in these degrees, we had the Revolutionary War. And if you keep going back 428 degrees, 428 years, because that's how many years it takes for it to keep going back into those spaces, you'll see the rise and fall of empires. We can go back to the 1300s and see the rise and fall of, the Moorish Empire between those mathematics, okay? And so on and so forth. Depends on what culture you're most invested in when it comes to that space and time. I believe we are still in the Uttara Nakshatra, so let's read about that. What am I talking about? Talking about what lunar mansion our sun is in right now. What pada is it in that Capricorn constellation? That's what I'm talking about. This Oh, page 62. Oh, it's the 21st out of the 27. I'm like, what am I writing? Uttara Nakshatra is the 21st out of the chakra, nakshatras. I'm trying to find the page. It focuses on strength, resilience, achievement, and noble pursuits. This nakshatra combines the energies of Capricorn and Sagittarius, leading a unique blend of ambition and idealism. And the sun's influences encourages personal growth, leadership, and a focus on higher purposes. Emotionally, this nakshatra supports those seeking stability and long-term successes, both personally and professionally. So right now we're focused on long-term goals. Okay, so taking little bite-sized pieces. So where are we at in life? Focusing on long-term goals, dealing with different hardships in our root chakra, how the challenges we experience that give us the discipline and the order that we need for our survival, for our sense of success, whatever success means like to you. Also paying attention to who, what you are allowing to have authority over yourself. Are you in authority over yourself? Are you allowing people outside of yourself to be authority over you? How's that going for you? How is being an authoritative person over yourself going for you? Have those conversations with yourself. A lot of you guys giving power to a lot of things outside of yourself when the power really is within. You're giving power to, different people that say that they're authority. You're giving power to the 1%. You over here putting it into your vortex that you're poor, you're struggling, you're working poor, you're a part of the 99 poor, fortunate souls, and sad songs and small violins are paying for you because you're giving authority to this image, this idea that you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Why would you give authority to that? I'm not. Hey Jeremiah, how you doing, beloved? Um, yeah, this is also of lasting achievements. Slow and steady takes the take place here. Taking charge of your energy is here. You know what I'm saying? While we're here, this energy is also ruled by the moon. The presiding deity is Vishnu, the protector and preserver of the universe in Hindu mythology. So that's what the sun is giving us. We give moving gratitude. The moon and Regulus are in conjunction today at 11:04 a.m. That happens. The moon be 1.3 degrees north. Moon angle at 11:45 a.m. Be 1.2 degrees north northeast. Be able to observe that at 6:35 a.m. with a 3.3-degree northwest separation. Regulus is the star of the Little Prince. Riches and glory come from the moon being in alignment with Regulus, nurturing that part of yourself that wants that fame and fortune. You deserve it. Fortune doesn't always be this demonic evil thing. I want to be famous. I want people writing autobiographies about me. I want to, be immortalized to a level. I do a lot for my community. I do a lot for people that come around my life. You know what I'm saying? Collectively, write Iliads of me. Shoot, I want to be the new Witcher. Let's go. Mars is opposite the sun today, at 11:46 a.m. This is the best visibility of the year with Mars. I actually saw Mars the other night. It was full sun over there by the moon, over there debilitated and retrograde in Cancer. So I know a lot of you guys, especially my fire babies, are like, bro, I just got so much energy and I cannot exert it. I just want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that is because that fire energy, that gut or whatever that controls the mind and the actions and the ambition and the motivation is sitting in a space that just wants it to be more introspective, more nurturing, just relax. Okay, so that's probably why a lot of you fire babies are like sleep, 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 sleep. The open star cluster of NGC 22451 is in Puppis constellation and well placed for my sky watchers out there. You got that beautiful star cluster. And so to get back into the calendar of the things, now that we finished the astrological astronomical report, it's a pretty quiet day in the cosmos today. Not too many transitions occurring. We are in the month of TB on the ancient Kemetic calendar. So we're going to talk about TB because I know every day is new people coming in here. You guys are always like, what are you talking about? What's going on? Well, like, let's keep going over the information. And eventually I'll get so good at it that I won't need to look at my notes anymore. We love it here, okay? We're in the season of Peret. So in the Kemetic calendar, we get 3 seasons. Each season gets 4 months. Each month gets 30 days. 30 days get 10-day week. We like to call them decades. We are currently in the second decade of the month, finding balance, harmony, and justice, truth, and all those things with the things we embarked upon, we set our intentions on during the first decade of the month, right? This month of TB is ruled by Isis, which is the goddess of fertility and magic. This goes on from January. We're in the season of Peret, which is the season of inundation and growth. This goes on from January to May. So right now we're literally in the very beginning. And Janus being January, being the goddess of transformation is really cool because in alignment with the Kemetic calendar, we have transformed into the season of Peret. Now we're preparing for the flowers to bloom in April when the sun enters Aries constellation. New Year's on the Vedic chart will be April 13th. For those guys who don't know, now you know, you're welcome. Y'all keep saying New Year's is in March. New Year's is in March. Okay, y'all loud. If y'all want to keep, like, I don't understand how we're the Gregorian calendar, but we want to use Western zodiac. Like, pick a struggle, okay? Anyway, so now we're in this energy of Janus. We're dealing with the transformations. So in this space of time, we're preparing ourselves for what we want in that spring energy. What kind of flowers do we want to bloom? We're imagining, especially as we get into that Aquarius Piscean energy, we start imagining, how we want our garden to be set up. The garden of goals, your garden of love, your garden of family, your actual literal garden. It's your world. How are you, imagining it to be? Ashe, Ashe. Thank you, Smokey Womack. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so now in the Hebrew calendar, we are in the month of Tevet. Okay, we're in Tevet until January 29th when we have our Lunar New Year. This fun here. Well, then we'll be in the energy of Tevet. But Tevet means good. Um, this is a month of contemplation and reflection. It marks the siege of Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar, leading to the eventual destruction of the first temple. And despite its association with hardships, it also holds the potential for spiritual growth and repentance. So, again, coming, still being successful, still pushing through. I don't like the word trauma, but for some reason we love to equate Saturn and Capricorn and our root chakra and our childhood with trauma. It's not trauma, it's challenge that we experienced that gave us the strength and the testimony that we needed to keep pushing and growing and expanding ourselves in our root chakra. So if you are labeling things as traumatic and stuff like that and you're Aquarius, which mental correlation to your root chakra, guess what? That Capricorn energy is either going to be super duper restricted. You got all these walls up. You prevent yourself from doing everything. You got all these phobias. You're just very restricted here in your Capricorn. A lot of challenges here because you're attracting that in your vortex. I love challenges because I'm always focused on my childhood trauma and all the things that happened to me. And now I'm sitting here like, why do these things keep happening? Because you keep focusing on them. The universe doesn't hear you saying this shit makes sad. The universe just hears you thinking about it all the time because the universe speaks in frequencies, not English or whatever language you speak. So, you know, level of awareness when it comes to your Capricorn Saturn placements. Attract the things, visualize the things that you want to have in your root chakra. How do you want to sustain yourself? What kind of resources do you want to have? What do you want rooted in yourself and the things that you embark upon? What kind of success do you want to achieve? How strong do you want to be in your craft? I'm here to empower you. I'm not here to have you relying on stars outside of yourself. I'm not here to have you relying on orishas and deities outside of yourself. Everything is within, and that's how I teach this, and I do it very intentionally because I want you to see you are the horoscope. Horoscope just means a funny way to tell time through the stars. You are the stars. So when you get into with your natal chart, your progressive chart, or whatever, you're looking at your personal clock and you're aligning your personal clock with the clock around you. You know what I'm saying? Allow that to be your infrastructure. Allow yourself to be your self authority. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to learn the jargon of astrology, come to me. I do psychology too. I got the college education. We can do the 7 stages of development, which is in alignment with the 7 chakras anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can go there, whatever jargon you want to use. Either way, empower yourself and be your own authority because you see what happens when you keep letting other people place things. You let job be your authority, guess what? They gonna run you ragged because you're an employee. They need you to make the millions while you make $20. You know what I'm saying? Um, you want to allow this government to be your authority? Look how well that's going. They're incompetent as shit. They can't even give you money. They see you struggling and they like, dang, that's crazy. Anyway, like, come on now, just vote for me. Just play our game. Keep playing our game. Keep having faith. You want to know why? Another example of how we're putting things in our vortex. Say you keep complaining or whatever. Don't worry, we recorded. You can always come back to this video. Come right back to me. We at 27 minutes right now, so you can rewind us back to 23 minutes once this video gets posted, and listen to me again. Okay, 23 minutes, Sean. 23 minutes. So, yeah, by you saying, oh, the government is doing this, the government is doing that, you're putting in your vortex. You know what I'm saying? That this is what they're doing. And by you still keeping in the actions and still going through the rigmarole, you're showing them that it's okay. We still accept this. You know what I'm saying? They're responding to you the same way the universe is responding to you. But the more we come together and the less we participate and more we turn our backs and create the authorities that we want to have over ourselves, we see them disintegrating. Does it hurt? Yeah. It's especially hurting people that still have them as their authority in their root chakra. I feel sorry for y'all. But, we want what we want. You know what I'm saying? So that's the energy of Tevet. And again, we're here till 129 until we reach Shabbat. And then getting into the monetary forecast situation, let's read that page. We are in the year of 9. This year has been brought to us by 2024. That's wisdom in our cipher and wisdom in our power. Okay. Last year we were heavy in Maya energy, being wisdom in our cipher, wisdom in our chesed, giving us grace and mercy. It had a lot of people becoming aware of the laws of Maya, keeping your heart light as a feather, then the importance of that. A lot of court cases have opened up between government officials, celebrities, CEOs, people stepping out. All of that was the transformations of the year 8 that been brought to us by my yacht. Anybody not as light as a feather got to get the fuck up out of here, right? So now that we have that level of awareness, now we're in the 2025. Now we're in that energy of enforcing. We're enforcing these things. People are starting to get their synthesis. People are starting to get their judgments in this year. You're reaping what you sow in this year of 9 as we start to enforce that law now. Okay. In the year 9 in the alchemist realm of things, we are in the year of gold, being passionate, interesting, faithful people, attracting many people, being generous, kind, long lasting relationships, love of luxury, spending money, ambition, and willpower. We are in the energy of jubilee, so all in alignment with that. Okay. We're in the energy of the baobab for the from January 4th to February 3rd, being firm, stable, strong, and invincible, having the resources to conquer, resist, and resilience, self-confidence, integrity, honesty, reflection, and cleverness, living a well-structured and prosperous life. The Native American chart, we are in the energy of the snow goose. This is the turtle clan. This is water energy. Being self-confident and teaching those around us. Finding balance and adapting to our environment and needing to find integrity to boost our self-confidence. We're still in the energy of the wood dragon. We don't exit out the wood dragon until January 29th. How the Chinese Lunar New Year, and it's not just Chinese. A lot of people celebrate the Lunar New Year in different countries. But that goes by having the second new moon after the winter solstice. So the next new moon is January 29th. That's where we'll be, resetting and recycling and having our Lunar New Year. Because we'll have one full, new moon to new moon cycle since the solstice. I feel like the energy today is to grab some KFC. I've been hella hungry. I say go for it. Go for it. You like KFC? Do it. I don't really do the KFC thing. It don't agree with me. Me and fast food don't really agree because I don't eat it often. So those days where it's like, dang, ain't nothing else to eat, I'll go get it. My stomach be like, I don't know what the fuck you thought. You should have went home and ate some vegetables. I'm seeing this happening in everyone's lives around me. Yeah, a lot of people are being called on to be their own authority. That's where you get to grow your own food, buy some land, start your own government, start your own police force. Police is just a privatized security company. You can have your own coming together, creating businesses, having our own banks, teaching, starting having a network amongst parents or just in a network amongst people, period, that are homeschooling their children. We're taking the power away from the Board of Education. I know I couldn't wait to do that. I live in New Jersey, and I remember back in 2018, it was like 23 teachers, Board of Education members, and police officers. Where it was a whole conglomerate of people that had a porno movie thing, and it was all like after school, like one-on-one in the classroom with these kids. 23 from North Jersey to South Jersey. I don't forget. I hold grudges. I'm a Virgo. Don't play about me, and I don't play about these kids. That's weird. And to still have your kids in school to this day after they had these articles since 2000 to 2012 about how they haven't been cleaning out the water, that means that the food that they're feeding your children, they use that water to cook the food. All this stuff in it, okay? The water fountains. It was to the point where they had to stop utilizing the water fountains. So how come the kids can't drink out the water fountain, but you can still use that water to give to the kids when you're cooking their food, when you're getting them the nasty ass hot dog? That hot dog water came from the same sink that y'all saying our kids can't drink out of on the fountain side of things. I don't understand. So I'm not going to stand under it because you no longer are in my Bina, okay? You're no longer in my third Sephiroth. You got to go. You got to get out of my kids' third Sephiroth as well. Thank you, Quavon. I appreciate it, and I'm glad it all makes sense. I love intellect. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. We're in the energy of the Nile right now when it comes to the Kemetic calendar. This started on we have one more day in the Nile. Yay! How do you guys do? We started on January 1st. The 17th is the last day of the Nile. This is being intuitive, logical, peaceful, practical, influenced by our passions, being wise and observant, and we love it here. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And also, yeah, that's it. Okay, so now we're going to get into our week energy. I'm coming back to the Hindu calendar with the week that we in. and Yom Revi, which it means fourth day. The Hebrew calendar, they're not very their days of the week. They actually go by Genesis, the book of Genesis in the Bible. But Yom Revi, not Yom Revi. Today's Thursday. Yom Chemishi. Because I do these things at midnight, I get caught up in myself. Yom Shemishi means fifth day. This is Thursday. The spiritual significance on the fifth day, God created the creatures of the sea and the birds in the air. Genesis 1:20 to 23. It is a day associated with movement, life, and the creation of live beings. The fifth day symbolizes freedom, expression, and the divine spark of life. It is also associated with renewal and inspiration, as the animals that populate the earth are given the ability to move freely. And we love Thursday. This is ruled by Obatala, which is the sacral chakra, which is that energy of expansion and abundance. Hi, Popeyes. I used to like the Popeyes cartoon. I don't like Popeyes food though. Even when I was a fast food eater, Popeyes always made my stomach hurt. We do not get along. On the Hindu calendar, uh, well, coming back, hold on a second. Let me finish Yam Chishi. I got ahead of myself. It is also associated with renewal and inspiration as the animals. Yam Chimishi is life, movement, and inspiration. Now, in the Hindu calendar, the deity associated with this energy is Lord Brihaspati. The planet is Jupiter. Lord Brihaspati is the guru of the gods and a deity of wisdom, knowledge, and education. Or the planet and divine grace is closely related to Lord Brihaspati's qualities of righteousness and spiritual insight. Some associated activities with Thursdays is dedicated to seeking blessings of knowledge, spiritual progress, and wisdom. It's considered an auspicious day for prayers and rituals related to learning, prosperity, and inner growth. People also observe fasting on Thursdays and may donate yellow colored items, which are associated with Jupiter. So yellow is a good color in this space of time. And so that's what we have there. And now I can get into my forecast notes on this day of Obatala. We're dealing with the sacral chakra today, which is the Svatisthana. This is where your being is established. It's like below the navel, right above the pubic bone. So that area. Generosity, luck, wisdom, pleasure seeking, joy, expression, and creativity. Sensual and sexual energy are keys of today. We'll get into the planetary hours in a moment where you can focus on this Obatala energy. Vam is the Hakal. String is another Hakal, Shring. 417 hertz is a good vibration to be on. B note for my musicians on a Thursday. Orange 650 to 590 nm if you guys want to wear some orange today. Pyramid is the symbol, so like sometimes when you guys are meditating, you guys like to visualize right below the navel, above the pubic bone, imagine a pyramid. As you're breathing that area of your abdomen, you're activating the pyramid, whatever color you like. I like gold. I like to inhale gold. So I inhale gold and I allow that gold to circulate the pyramid and get it moving and activated. And we love it here. And I just feel the joy. And now I'm emulating gold and I'm doing all of this because I'm the last dragon and I am the master. And we love it here. Okay. The long E vows for today. Again, Jupiter is rolling over this day. This is the energy of Obatala, which is joy and abundance. Being optimistic, sitting here, smile today. What makes you smile? Pisces is Olukun. This is the feminine side of the sacral chakra. The internal side, this is our chesed, how we imagine things, our imagination, our delusions. Make sure that you're the one in control of your imagination and people are not implanting things in your imagination. Last in the year of 8 was ruled by Mayat, where a lot of things that we were a part of our childhood, whether it was like musicians or the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon. I still haven't watched that documentary because the way my Pisces is set up. Like, listen, all you gotta do is tell me don't believe in the shit, and I won't believe in it. I don't need to watch a whole documentary about believing in certain things. And I'm not really big on like child abuse. I was abused when I was a child in different ways, so I can't even I don't need to go there. But all that to be said, like, be in charge of your delusions, be in charge of your things. Hey Angelo, hey Tyree, peace to the gods. Maya, universal law, justice, truth, and righteousness. The fourth Sephiroth, which is balance, the celestial government, the divine blueprint. And also when you get into the Kabbalah, Pisces energy deals with the throat chakra, which is Jadula, mercy. Sagittarius is the external side of the sacral chakra. So, you're creating these images, you're in alignment with Maya, you have that internal government, that discipline. Hopefully, it's you and not nothing outside of you. You express it through that fire Sagittarius, which is Tahuti, the oracle sage wisdom. We're dealing with the second Sephira, which is Chokmah, the power of knowing and manifesting. The brow is here, and yeah, that's it for that. So we done went over the Gregorian calendar, we went over the Hindu calendar, the Hebrew calendar, the zodiac, the horoscopes of Native American, West African, alchemists, and Chinese. We done went over the mathematics of today and the gematria of it all. We went over the Metu and the nakshatras. We did a lot, didn't we? Are you guys ready for the planetary hours? Yay! What are the planetary hours? I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about it. So every hour is ruled by a planet, and there's certain activities that you can engage in during these hours to get your optimal, whatever, what have you. So I'm going to give you guys some space and time to go get your pen or your paper, pull up that notepad app or whatever, so you can know your hours. We're going to get into the hours. Let's see. Where is my page? You would think at this point in the game. But it's okay, because y'all getting y'all pens and papers anyway. All right. So, 12. I never heard of this. Really? All right. Well, you came to the right place, because we're finna do it. And you're going to hear about it every day if you stick with me. And I've really been using it, and I ain't going to hold you. S for Dodd. Okay, S for Dodd. It works for me. Might work for you. And that's why I'm sharing it. Because with my knowledge, I like to share it. It brings me joy. My Vesta is in Gemini. It brings me joy. Okay. So this is the day of Obatala, so we'll start with Jupiter. Jupiter's hours from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. Those are the hours of Jupiter. Now, during the space of this energy, you might want to study long-term planning. Optimism and generosity is heavy here. To remind you guys, Jupiter is over there in Gemini energy. So expansion and abundance in our mindset to our intellect, our flexibility, community, when we're dealing with the level of community of people we grew up with, people we went to school with, our tri-city area that kind of like traveling. And our energy exchanges, Jupiter is over there in Taurus, so expansion and abundance to what we prioritize, what we see value in, our heart chakra realms of things, the love and business. Okay, so that's where Jupiter is at. Those are the hours to focus on that. Mars hours are from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Now, during the hours of Mars, this is a great time for physical activity, assertion, and combating obstacles, also strengthening your willpower. Mars is being debilitated in retrograde, so we a little slow on the energy level, and that's because Mars needs to slow down, because we need to build ourselves up to the New Year's. So it's like chill, you know what I'm saying? We just started winter. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Relax till my fire baby's in the bed. You know what I'm saying? But this is a good time to even be in that space of nurturing your strength, nurturing your ambition, nurturing what gets you going, nurturing your willpower, and finding some sense of compassion and intuition and introspection in it. Kind of like planning. Some of you guys like, yeah, I want to be in this space. I want to be doing these things. I want to be this active in the spring and summertime. And so now you are coming up with the plans to become that active. Now you are nurturing, you're doing the workouts, you're doing the diets, you're doing the research, you're doing the moves, the Cancer energy, the nurturing to have that when you want that in the spring. Okay. The sun hours are from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., and 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. as we do start Fridays, a Venusian day at midnight. I checked my natal. I got 5 planets in retro. Oh, what is it, like the outer planets and stuff? So you have a lot of slow down energy. So it takes you a little bit longer than usual to catch up on some things. So give yourself grace with all those retrograde planets. Ashe. So with Mars in this, we just did Mars, right? I said that was activity, right? And we talked about where Mars was in Cancer. Then we talked about the sun. Now the sun is, we talked about the sun being in Capricorn. The sun is in Capricorn on the tropical, the Vedic, and the Draconic note. Okay. The There you go. Those are the planetary hours. So our experiences are heavy on our the hardships, the root chakra, the challenges that come into our space, what I was emphasizing heavy on with the Capricorn placements earlier today. So, being mindful of that, that's a good place. The sun is when you're like motivated, you're working towards these things, you have the energy for it. New ventures, leadership, and activities that require confidence, which of course a lot of that is to do with you know, your authority. That does take a lot of confidence. That does take, for you to be in a certain headspace to be like, all right, I'm in charge. Our Venus hours are from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. We're almost in our Venus hour right now. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so we're getting there. Right now we're in the hour of the sun. And you can align these planetary hours with your personal planetary placements too, so you can see, like, let me give you an example. So we're right now in Venus hours, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., and at midnight, because we start Friday off. Friday is ruled by Venus, so of course at midnight we start off on a Venus hour, right? Venus is when you get into your space of like emotions, if you got a little boo thing or you want to manifest a boo thing. You know what I'm saying? This is, beauty, harmony, romantic activities, aesthetic work, making beautiful things, creativity from an artist in the back, business. Venus rules over business too, and right now Venus is in Pisces and our thought process. That's why I said imagination. That's why we're reading The Secret right now when I stream read. We are currently reading The Secret. We actually read the Venusian chapter during the Venusian hour. So, divine alignment's happening here. All about visualizing the things that we want and paying attention to our emotions when we're visualizing them. That is a big key here. What is the origin of this system? That's a good question. The origin of this system comes from, I want to say it's in alignment with like the Hindu calendar, because I was in the Hindu space when we did this. Chaldean. This is the Chaldean order. Chaldean. So you can look into that. There we go. I knew it was some type of ancient chonchon, because I do modern stuff, but I don't get too caught up in the modern of the things. We're not as disciplined as we used to be once upon a time. But yeah, so Venus is in Pisces. Venus is in Aquarius in the energy exchanges, because Venus is still in Aquarius constellation on the sidereal Vedic chart or whatever. So your heart chakra is aligning you to the society that you're, and that's why I'm saying it's important with that Venus and Pisces to be mindful. Stop saying I don't want this and I don't want that, I can't do this and I blah blah blah, because you're still attracting those things. You're still attracting that kind of society. So, you focus on what you do want, visualize what you want to have, what you deserve, what brings you that joy, brings you that comfortability. Pay attention to your nervous system, pay attention to your neurons and how you feel, your emotions and stuff when you're imagining these things. Because sometimes your emotions are telling you, like, that sounds fun and all, but I don't think I'm willing to put in the work to have that. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to those things. So that's all overall. Now, personal count, my Venus is in Virgo. So in my mind process is all organization and separate and compartmentalizing. So while I'm visualizing, while Venus is in Pisces, I'm on the polar opposite with my Venus in Virgo. Like, all right, this is my visualization, but I'm going to make the steps. I'm going to compartmentalize. I'm going, thank you for the subscription, JC. I'm going, organize the things. I'm going to manage myself, and this is how I'm going to get it. Right? It's not so much as flow, it's more so as like order for me and my mindset and that visualization. Now, in my energy exchanges, my Venus is in Leo. We love it here. Hey, peace from the States, Kenya. That's beautiful. So while my Venus is in Leo, while Venus is Aquarius, still I'm on the polar opposite again. And so while this Venus is in Aquarius bringing society and stuff like that, I'm still on my me. I'm in the spotlight of the things. Kind of like right now, I guess, right? I'm attracting you wonderful people. You guys are subscribing to me. We're creating a society and connections and stuff. And I'm in my Leo power. We're doing it. We love it here. This is a great planetary hour. So that's just giving you guys an example of how you can align a planetary hour personal chart with the collective transit. I love you too, Tyree. I love you so much. Mercury hours. Mercury hours are for 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., okay? So Mercury is a good time for studying, communication, writing, traveling, if you want to invoke some things, because, SY is the energy, bringing things from the non-physical to the physical, or escorting things from the physical to the non-physical. That's all Mercurian energy. And just to remind you guys, Mercury is sitting over there in our mindset in Capricorn. So, we are in that space of writing and thinking and concentrating on our authority, our authoritative self, the hardships, our long-term goals and stuff like that. It's at an 11 degree. We started the day at 11 degree, with the degree of mastery. So, like, thinking about mastering that kind of makes sense, because I was like pressing the snooze button up until midnight. I was like, all right, I'll get up. But then, on the Vedic actual energy exchanges, Mercury is still sitting over there in Sagittarius. So having those invoking that make you joy, paying attention to your optimistic level, your sacral chakra, things of those natures is key here on the Mercury. It's in the third house, so community and communication is key here. Again, there is not so much. It's not really a year or space and time right now to be on some I'm a lone wolf, I'm on some lonely shit or whatever. Even come to the numbers of 1, 4, 7, and 8, it's still going to be surrounded by planets that say, yeah, focus on yourself, but realize that you're attracting the society that's in alignment with that focus. You know what I'm saying? You're not here to do anything by yourself. You're here to do self work, but then you are greeted with the personifications of your progress. So welcome those personifications, whether you like them or not. Welcome them, because they're a reflection, of some type of facet of you. Definitely a reflection of the facet of God. So in some type of way, shape, or form, you are experiencing yourself. Okay. The hours of the moon: 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You're welcome, Sean. And 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the energy of the moon. Now, this is the time of like intuition. You want to set up your altar, nurturing, compassion, and reflection here, emotional work. You want to do some emotional journeying during this time. The moon is sitting over there in Leo in our experiences. Cancer, but moving into Leo throughout the day. So we will be aligned in that Leo energy on the tropical and in the Vedic chart. As the day goes on. So being that in that confident, courageous energy, focusing on that Tippereth, that 1 and 6 in the numbers, having that knowledge of your confidence and courageous self, your creative self, your romantic self, your inner child, your self leadership, because ain't nobody bossy like a kid, ain't it? Especially a kid that learns, if I act this way, mommy and daddy gonna pull up. So that is the moon energy. And then last but certainly most not least, Saturn. Saturn's hours are from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., and then 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is our Saturn hours. And just to remind you, Saturn is over there in Pisces in our mindset, those challenges and the things that we believe in. Who's authority over your beliefs? You letting the news, the government, celebrities, Zeus TV, Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, you letting all these things outside of yourself be the authority over your belief system. Or then your energy exchanges, that Saturn is sitting over there in Aquarius. So again, that's attracting the society based upon where your beliefs is at. They call it sassy and saucy, right? And then Saturn is, the hours of, developing your long-term goals, paying attention to different hardships, work and focus is heavy during those hours. So that's the planetary hours for y'all. And I'm going to close y'all out with a collective reading. You ready? I really appreciate y'all chatting with me today. Y'all some real ones. I just put in a whole work shift with y'all. I did the hump day reading, and I came over here to do the mathematics, and we love it here, and I love you guys. Make sure to check out my video on my inventory shout out. I also make, organite and gemstone jewelry. I also gave you guys a gist on some of my services that I provide. I do consultations, so reach out to me if you would like a consultation. You missed it. I believe it's on Facebook. It's definitely on Facebook. I don't think I did it on YouTube, but I am on Facebook with the inventory shout out. I want to check out my Facebook page. All right, so my Earth babies, y'all slow and steady wins the race. Manifesting bite-sized bites. You know what I'm saying? My air babies, you guys, your intellectual energy is heavy here. Intellectualizing your emotions. Be mindful how you intellectualize other people's emotions. That's none of your business. It's all about you and yours. You can give your advice without imposing on other people. You know what I'm saying? That's when you overactive. So dial it back a bit. Dial it back a bit. Finding some level of focus is here today on the day of 8 for y'all. Focus on your business ventures. I know there's like 39 different kind of things that y'all want to do because y'all are good at all of them. Find one, and create your long-term goal and infrastructure, because you want to do a whole bunch of stuff, but you're not creating infrastructure steps to any of it. Your Venus and Pisces is all over the place. It's more Venus and Aries is being affected in your energy exchanges. We're not exactly sure what group of people to put you in, because you want to be in this group, that group, that group, and then you wonder why you're burnt out and you're having too many conversations and your throat chakra is, tired, your third eye having, it's too much because you're putting yourself in too many circles. Okay. Water babies, very emotional space. The lunar mansions that are right now. Paying attention to your emotional self is important. Key here. Do the work. Hiding is not a response. We talked about it yesterday. But that's pretty much what I got for y'all today, is doing the work today, especially on this day of 8. That number being so much associated with water. Open yourselves up to the society that's coming to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you deserve. Now, if y'all keep putting yourself in hermit and isolation, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to pick yourselves up. You guys, you're making it way more harder than it needs to be. But if that's the reality that you want to have, so more it be. For my fire babies, I love y'all. I love y'all so much because y'all like, bro, get this Mars out of here. It's okay. It's okay. Enjoy the rest. Y'all don't ever want to rest and sit the fuck down. It's okay to rest. It's okay to sit down. It's okay to be still. That's still doing something. You know what I'm saying? Plan, organize, get your emotions in order so that when you are in movement and certain resistance and equal energy comes your way, you guys aren't falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Get that part in order so you know how to deal when it is time for you to come out here. People gonna try to be your top. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta know how to deal. Completion. Ooh. Ooh. And this is Saturn. Everybody on a Saturn energy, the sea goat. The clear quartz is the energy. Comfrey is the herb. We're in this space of completion, y'all. Especially now that we're about to be entering Aquarius energy in a couple days, but right now we are in Capricorn on the tropical, our mindset, Vedic, our energy exchanges, and Draconic, our spiritual experiences. So we're kind of like locked into Capricorn on mind, body, and soul right now, bringing that sense of infrastructure and what in your root chakra and how you're going to establish that and stuff into some level of completion. And that is really exciting, as we prepare to attract the society and our mindset, you know what I'm saying? And the things that we thinking the thoughts, and the energy of Ketters in the month of the Ketters. That's really cool. We're coming to completion, y'all. We're going to expand on that reading just a bit, okay? Queen of Wands. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to be on top of the game for actions and organization. I feel good energy with this group. Okay, y'all. Y'all on y'all shit. Okay, y'all. Jesus, Sunshine Monie will smash that flatter battle. I can't wait for the next flatter battle. This year, we doing Cosmic Nobody Convention this year. We are still in voting phase. So, again, you guys reach out to me. I do an award show every year. It's the last August. It's the last August. It's the last Saturday of August every year. I do an award ceremony. It's a whole convention, spiritual convention. The location that I'm going to do this year is still TBA. Not exactly sure where it will be, if it will be virtual or in person. I will have more details to that come New Year's and Aries season. I'll have more details for that to give you guys enough space to plan accordingly. But in the meantime, in between time, we are still in nomination phase. So if you guys know any healers, whether they're musicians, business owners, community builders, writers, fashionists, they make jewelry or whatever, as long as it's in alignment with the upliftment and empowerment of the society and the people, they qualify for an award. It's free to nominate. It's free to be nominated. I do ask for donations because it helps with the creation of the pieces of the awards that I make. They're in pinnacles. I am the Queen of Pinnacles. It's nice little pinnacles with your face on it, and we love it here. And yeah, so that's the Cosmic Awards Convention. So reach out to me if you know anybody that to nominate. Ooh, reverse two of chalices. So we want to work on our emotional bonds and our contracts with other people. You know, how we're internalizing them. Some of you guys are allowing those bonds and contracts to have a little bit too much power. Some of you guys aren't really like, you know, cultivating certain relationships within facets of yourself because you're too busy trying to kill off parts of yourself and death to this part of me and this part gotta die. And why are you killing yourself? You're light and shadow and all that stuff in between. They're supposed to be hugging each other. Oh, we're gonna throw cards at me. That's cool. So the part of yourself to focus on is your Bina, Saturn and Libra, balance, harmony, and justice. It seems like Capricorn, Saturn, and energy is on the forefront for everybody. I really want y'all to focus on your root chakra and who you're giving authority to, and then pay attention to the people around you and the conversations that they're having. You know, look at it through the lens of Saturn. Like, damn, it sounds like you giving the news all the authority. You giving social media influencers all the authority. You're giving the IRS all the authority. You know, like you can hear through people's throat chakras who they're giving authority to. Like, damn, you're giving the Federal Reserve all the authority. You don't have no authority over yourself. You think you do because you think, oh, because this is happening, I'm working and I'm doing this and da, da, da. That's not authority. Because if those entities didn't make you feel, again, that word make you feel, can't nobody make you feel anything. If you have authority over yourself, you choose to feel what you feel. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you listen to how people are saying it, like these bills make me wanna, I have to do this, I have to do that. Who told you had to do that? Oh, that's just how life is. Oh, you don't have no authority over your life. Because if you did, since this shit is making you miserable and upset, you wouldn't deal with it. Why are you choosing to struggle? You know what I'm saying? We're here to live in our delusions. Y'all being delusional enough. That's the problem. You don't want to live, you don't really have faith in your delusions. You don't really believe in yourself. You believe in these things that you're giving authority over, and your spirit is sad and depressed. Why aren't you listening to it? It's you, bro. That's not what I want. What you want is unconventional. What you want is unique. That's why you're here during this age of Aquarius. That's why you're here while Pluto's in Aquarius. That's why you're here to stand on your square while it's happening. Because you're not here to do things that you've been taught to do. All that, oh, gotta go to work, gotta be on the plantation, gotta slave, gotta be in this relationship for the rest of my life, gotta be in this house for the rest of my life, gotta raise my kids like this, gotta teach the rest of my kids to woo up. Hey, don't put my name in there. Keep my name to yourself. I got too many vowels in there. All these things. All that stuff, all that authority. You know what I'm saying? And then pay attention to when people, like when you start moving in your authority, pay attention to the energy that people give you back. Like, that don't make sense. Why don't it make sense? It don't make sense to you because you're not in charge of your shit. It makes sense to me because I'm in charge of my shit. You know what I'm saying? You good, love. Quest. We on a quest. We on an adventure. So when you in charge of yourself and you in your authority, look at the inner child. Look at that, like, oh my God, I love it here. Go back to your inner child. You want to why? Because your inner child was delusional. Your inner child was into imaginary play. They had imaginary friends. They had the life. They was playing Barbies and G.I. Joes and the Ninja Turtle action figures. And they had all these things. And you was the power. Which Power Ranger was you? I was the yellow one. I like to be the Yellow Ranger. I knew in the beginning Sunshine was Sunshine. You hear me? But my mom calls me Sunshine. That's where it comes from. But yeah. Come on, make the inner child happy. That inner child is where the real delusions lie. That's where the authority is. Children was in charge of themselves before they started getting on punishment and getting their ass beat and all that stuff like that. Before you were whipped into the shape that you are in, you was free. You was in charge of yourself. I'm hungry. I'm this, I'm that. Who the fuck gonna fix it? Oh, y'all respond when I cry? Bet I'ma cry all the time. Now I'm in authority. And as soon as you got old enough, they start popping, you start telling you no, all the shit. They was trying to beat you down to be your authority. Then they had you around all these strangers 8 hours a day, calling them teachers and bulls and counselors and all of them all in your face. Like, you want detention, you want ISS, you want us to call your parents. Well, you know why? Because they had to whip you into shape to be authority. And then they're giving you all this education, indoctrination, and training to show you all the other entities that should be your authority. And you absorb that and you internalize that. And now to you, that's the way the world works. Baby, if you don't go back to that crying ass child in the beginning that was in church, because I know they crying inside. I know they trying to tell you when they need to be changed, when they're not happy, when they need to be hugged, when they need to be nurtured and stuff. And you just ignoring them because your adult is not in authority. the way your inner child is. We need that alignment. We need that realignment. Heal yourself, baby. I'm here to empower you. All these planets, all these stars and cards and stuff, this all inside. They say witchcraft, witchcraft. Okay. Oh, how's that witchcraft? I'm not talking about nothing outside of you. Everything I'm saying is within. This astrological part, all these stars and stuff is inside of you. All these zodiacs is inside of you. These houses are inside of you. These numbers are inside of you. This reading right here is, I'm inside of you. You're experiencing yourself right now. I ain't saying nothing to you that ain't already going on inside of you. I just got to invoke. You just needed to be invoked. You needed to hear it. And hopefully you walk in it, okay? Disillusionment. Break them disillusionments, right? Untrain yourself. Like what they talking about. And it's at a 3 and 8. The understanding, the Bina, empowerment. We're on a day of 8. 3 and 8 come together, make 11. Mastery, okay? So we're in a space of completion. You know, we're in Capricorn, the Tropic, Vedic, and Draconic chart right now. We're here for the next, well, like another day or two before the sun enters in Aquarius zodiac. Enjoy, complete that root chakra today in this very moment. Listening to today's mathematics, I pray and meditate that y'all take back authority over your root chakra in every way. Undo all that indoctrination. Ain't nobody in charge but you. You have that internal law. You have that Maya. You are the celestial government and the celestial enforcer. You are so infinite. Allow yourself to be that. Peace, Beanie. Allow yourself to be that. You deserve to be that. Queen of Wands. We in charge of our actions. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work on this relationship with our facets of self. Because balance is coming from, you know, us being a little bit stagnant to stepping into this. But there is some emotional disconnect here between yourself. And you'll start to feel it with other people. Because other people coming around you, they're just personifications of what you're doing. Because if they weren't, you wouldn't attract them or you wouldn't allow them in your life. You wouldn't make excuses to keep them around. You wouldn't convince yourself, oh, I got to keep that around. That's my job. I got to keep that around. That's my boss. I got to keep that around. That's the sibling. That's a parent. No. If you was in authority, as soon as you feel this, you like, I'm not. Peace is, and yeah, it's going to piss people off. I don't fuck. I'm the one in charge here. Be pissed off. You should have treated me better. I treat myself better than you treat me. You got to go. You got to be equal to me. And I don't tolerate it because better is a little sick. That gives me narcissistic vibes. Stop giving so much. But then you got Saturn sitting in Libra. That's, you know, Libra is justice and law. You know what I'm saying? Who is your law? Who is your authority? You know, some challenges happening in this space, whether you're in charge or someone else. Pick what challenges. I was saying that earlier, like, bro, I'm going to struggle. Can I struggle doing what I love? I would rather struggle here with y'all than struggle working a 9 to 5. Because at least here I'm doing what I love. I wish I would be struggling doing some shit I can't stand. I don't want to do that anymore. I be going back, reading my old diaries of when I was working in rehab and stuff like that. And I was miserable. I would just write all day long. Like, I can't wait till I have space to do my podcast. And I want to do more readings. And I want to do this. And I'm not doing what I want to do. And like, I was doing that every day. Every day on my lunch break, I was just writing. Like, I need this. I need that. I just want to make more time. I'm here. I'm exactly where I prayed to be. I would rather struggle here than struggle back in that space. Because either way, I ain't going to say struggle because, you know, sunshine don't struggle. Either way, there's going to be challenges. Whichever way you choose is going to be challenges. Whichever way you choose, because if you allow in the fiat currency to be your authority, there's never going to be enough because that's a mental game. Start reading the news articles written by the Federal Reserve. Start reading the news articles that's written by, you know, the government in alignment with the Federal Reserve, especially with this, you know, inauguration. You know what inauguration means? It means omen. It's a Roman ritual. We done went through, that's why voting and inauguration are so far apart, because they go through all these rituals in between the two to make sure it's a good time to change the authoritative person in the root chakra. So when this inauguration occurs, we're sealing the deal on the omen. Okay? Look it up. You ain't got to take my word. I'm trying to be in y'all root chakra. I don't want to be y'all authority. It's too much responsibility. I'm authority in myself. I don't even want to be the authority in my kids' life. Y'all in charge. But just know there's repercussions to the things y'all choose. I'm here to guide y'all. Nah, I don't want to be in charge. I'm here to guide y'all. Because at the end of the day, y'all going to do what y'all want to do anyway. And I'm not finna internalize that. I taught y'all how to wash y'all ass. So the fact that y'all going over to these people's houses acting like y'all don't know how to wash y'all ass, that's not a reflection on me. I'm not absorbing that, baby. That's how I move. You understand me? I'm not in charge of nobody's root chakra but myself. Don't play about me. Neither. But yeah, Saturn deals with law. I mean, Libra deals with law, justice and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who is the authority over there? Who's creating the infrastructure over there? Then we have the quest, third eye, the intuitive. If you see the child, loving be the adult that your child needs, that your child is looking for, right? We're going to break through the disillusionments, the Bina on the transformations on the Sebek energy. We're in that space of self-mastery, mastering self so well that we become an inspiration and aspiration to other people. Our interpersonal relationships begin to reflect how well we're treating ourselves and how good we're doing and how well we're mastering. So that's what I got for y'all today. This felt good today. I'm really glad I showed up. I almost didn't. I was in the covers. Like, you ever seen Ferris Bueller when the friend was under the covers? Like, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. And then 12 o'clock struck. And realizing that's the hour of Jupiter, right? I was like, fuck it. Get up. Let's go. We're going to go. We're going to go. We got to do this. I said this is what I wanted. This is my short-term goal and my long-term goal. And I love being here with y'all. And I'm so glad I did do this and align with you guys. I got to align with some really dope souls today. So I appreciate y'all showing up with me. You're awesome. Thank you for the light sign. It's a precious thing. Yes. And I'm here every night, y'all. I'm here every night, so come through tomorrow for tomorrow night's mathematics. What time? I don't know, because I show up when I show up. That's one thing I don't do is be on time. I'm on my own timing. I got my own clock inside my body, but if you subscribe to me, when I go live, you'll see it. And if you don't catch me, I'll record it. You can always run over to YouTube and catch me from the beginning, whatever, what have you. But I appreciate y'all so much. Peace to the guys and goddesses over in YouTube. Make sure y'all like, comments, subscribe, share, tell your friends about me. I love it here. Peace to the guys and goddesses over